everyone, it's Kirstin from K Digital Studio, and today I'm going to be filming a tutorial on something called master slides. And master slides are something that I will be using in the Keynote app, but given that it is a feature available in PowerPoint software, you'll be able to use it across different PowerPoint software apps. In my last updated How I Make a Digital Planner tutorial, I talked about something called master slides. But master slides can be pretty difficult to learn and understand, along with all the other new things to learn and understand when it comes to making a digital planner. So I thought that I should make a dedicated video on how to use master slides. If you want to learn all the ins and outs of making a digital planner, I recommend watching those two videos that I have on my channel, whether it be the updated one or the original How I Make a Digital Planner tutorial, because I will not be going into all the ins and outs of creating a digital planner, the tabs, the rings, the cover, and what have you. I'm really just going to be focusing on how to use master slides for digital planning in the Keynote app. So I recommend watching those two videos first and then coming back to this video if you think you could benefit from using master slides. So that kind of acts as a segue into what are master slides good for, what aren't they good for, when should I be using master slides when creating a digital planner. So I think master slides are great for everything when it comes to making a digital planner in Keynote, except when you want your planners to look like they are flipping tabs. So if you click on the January tab on the right hand side of the planner file, and it looks like it's being flipped over onto the left hand side, and February goes from right to left and so on. And we'll see why that is a little later in this video. Other than that, you can really benefit by cutting down on time, file size, and hassle whenever you use master slides when creating a digital planner. So I'm really excited for today's tutorial, so let's go ahead and jump into it. Remember that I'm not going to do a full in-depth tutorial on how to create a digital planner. If you're interested in seeing the ins and outs again of the digital planner and how to make one, you're going to want to check out my other two digital planning video tutorials. However, I will show you how to use and make use of master slides within the Keynote app. So my app of choice is going to be Keynote, as always, and so I'm just going to open up my Keynote app here. Going to click create a new presentation, and if you have your iPad updated and the Keynote app updated, it'll have you choose a theme or start an outline. You're just going to choose a theme. It's going to open up kind of like the basic themes. Obviously they added a whole bunch more, but that's not really going to be for our purposes today. I'm just going to choose the white background as always, and I'm just going to delete these text boxes because we don't need them. Alright, so this is the basic setup of creating your digital planner. You know that you'll start up Keynote, you know that you'll start up a new presentation. However, to access master slides, they will be here in the paintbrush option, and then it'll pull out the slide, and then you'll be able to see the master slide that you're on. So technically we are editing a master slide already. We are just using the system's predetermined master slide for this presentation style. So as you can see, if I click master slide here, you can see all the master slides that they have already created for you for the theme that you chose. And so you can go in and edit any of these master slides for this presentation. You can also come in here and you'll click edit master slide, and that's how you'll go in and edit the master slide. And then this reapply master slide button is where you can change your master slide. So to start, I normally like to create my planner on the standard slide that you can edit, and then decide whether or not I want that to be a master slide. Most of the time I like using master slides for planners that I know I want to change the colors of and do cool things with, or to cut down on time if I know I'm going to be repeating the same spreads over and over again, so like monthly spreads or weekly spreads. So I'm going to go ahead and pull in an example here. I'm going to click the plus button here and pull in a photo of kind of a planner file that I've already created outside of Keynote. So I'm going to pull in this kind of accidentally pulled it in twice. I'm going to pull in this kind of realistic looking journal here, and I'm just going to go in and edit mask because it's kind of a little bit too big here. So I'm just going to cut down the size a little bit of the image itself, and that will cut down on file size if you're struggling with that. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention is that you can go in here into the three little dots here and then go down to this document setup option within Keynote, and you can actually change the slide size yourself, so you can stay in the 4:3 ratio, or you can go in and do custom. So whenever I like to do landscape planners, I like to actually go in here and custom and then change this to 1200, because it will make the presentation slide a little wider and cover up some of that white space within GoodNotes if you use that app. I'm actually going to come in here and change that to 1200. Okay, so now I'm going to change the slide some more. I'm just going to kind of zoom out a bit and make this a little bit greater. You are obviously going to create your base planner file, so you're going to pull in and make the cover, you're going to make the tabs, the rings, the paper, like I did in this video. I'm just showing you an example of how to use master slides, but I'm pulling in a already pre-made journal. Okay. As you can see, I already have a lot of excess space. And that's just kind of acting like a crop. All right, so now I have the base of my journal down, and I can go ahead and convert this to a master slide if I know that I want this to be the base of my planner. So you, for instance, can pull in a bunch of tabs if you want. I'm just going to leave it as is, and then I'm going to kind of click off anywhere on my presentation and click select all. I'm going to copy. You want to make sure that you are clicked off anything on your presentation, because if you're clicked on something and then clicked on the paintbrush, it'll pull up different options. So make sure that you're clicked completely off anything on your presentation to pull up the master slide menu. All right, so now I'm going to click edit master slide. It's going to show you all of your master slide options, and you can obviously go in and delete all of this stuff. However, I just go to this blank slide, paste it on there. There's my master slide. So it looks like this is the master slide. However, you want to make sure that you're actually using the master. So it says the master is actually this title and subtitle slide, which is not true. So we're going to slide down and we're going to select our blank one that we did. It looks like it didn't change, but it just reapplied. This is the master slide. All right, so this is our master slide, and it probably doesn't look much different to you because it's really not. However, if I try and click anywhere on my master slide, I can't edit this. I can't move this journal. And you'll get a little pop-up that says this object can only be edited on the master slide, blah, blah, blah. And let's say you want to move this journal around, you want to add some things, you'll have to go in and go through the edit master slide option every single time to edit this master slide. So let's say I didn't like how this was placed. Maybe I want to make this a little bigger or a little smaller. You're going to want to edit on the master slide itself. Alright, so now that I have my master slide like how I want it, I can actually go in and place things on top of it. So let's say I want to go in and create a monthly template. So let me go in and create a monthly template on this journal. Okay, so here is my poorly made monthly template just for kind of show's sake. So this is now on my master slide. However, I'm just placing elements on top of the master slide. So if I were to go in my plus button here to add a new slide and I add my master slide here, it's not going to apply on my master slide. If I want to have a monthly page as my master slide, I can go in and I can select all, copy. Then I can go in my paintbrush, making sure I'm clicked off anything on my presentation, click edit master slide. I can go in and paste what I did on top of my master slide. Then I'll click done. And then it's going to apply to all the master slides. So master slides are great for creating a base for your planner and then building on top of that. So for instance, I necessarily would not create a master slide for monthly, a master slide for weekly, a master slide for daily, because if you want to change something about your master slide, you'll have to change 3 different master slides. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. I'm going to go through the edit master slide option. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste this, and I'm just going to create something different. So I'm just going to change this template to something else entirely. Actually, let's make like a weekly boxed template or something. Okay, so let's say this is our weekly template that we made. So now if I want to apply a slide as a weekly template, then I can go in, I can click this plus button down here on the left hand corner, and I can add my weekly journal template. So let's say for whatever reason we want to change the color of our journal, or we want to change something about the tabs. Then if we go into our edit master slide feature here, we will have to do that to 2 different slides. So most often I like to create my planners like this. I'm going to remove the templates from the master slide. However, you can obviously create your master slides like this. I have done planner files where I've created a master slide for a weekly, for a daily, and for a monthly, and a few other templates. However, lately I've liked just having the base of my planner file. So I'll have that. As you can see, it changed this master slide to blank. This is stuff that we built on top of our planner. And this is the second master file that we created. And we can actually go in and change that master slide if we wanted to. Alright, so let's say that I'm going to delete this, and I will delete this. So this is our base planner file. I normally like to create my planners just from this base planner file. Let's start fresh. Let's go in and delete all our slides, delete this, but let's apply our blank master that we did earlier. So I'm going to apply my blank master. I'm going to delete this blank slide. Alright, so this is the base of my planner file. This is the master slide. This is something I cannot edit unless I go to the edit master slide feature. However, I can build directly on top of this master slide, and it won't affect the edits of the master slide itself. So I'm going to go in, I'm actually going to paste my monthly template here. And let's say that I need 12 months, right? So I'm just going to copy this and then paste. If I want to cut down on time, I can select both. I can copy, paste. Now I have 4. I select all of them, copy, paste, paste. Now I have 12 months. However, then we realize, oh, we got so far into our planner making, we have 12 months, but I kind of want to add a home button. I want to add a home button so my customers, so I myself can get back to the template library, so I can go back to whatever page. What's nice now is that you can actually go into this paintbrush, go to your edit master slide, and then you can actually add a home button with a link or whatever. So let's just add a star as our little button here. Let's see, we want to add it to this corner, and then we can select it, click link, and then let's say we want to link it to our first page. Done. Now it'll apply to every master slide. So master slides are great for linking. So let's say I want to go in and I want to add my tabs. So if I go in and create tabs, I can go in and create all these monthly tabs here. And obviously this is a poorly made journal, but I'm just doing this so you can just see how master slides work in this case. So let's say these are all my tabs, my very unfortunate looking tabs. So now, if I'm doing this on top of the master slide. If I go and link these, let's say I want to link this to slide 2, or 3 in this case, 3, if I want to link this to slide 4, it's not applying to every slide because I didn't go into the edit master slide feature. So I'm going to delete these, or let's actually just copy them. Copy them over into our master slide. I'm going to make sure I'm clicked off the presentation, paintbrush, edit master slide, then I'm going to go in and paste those. So you want to make sure that you already have all of the pages that you need before you go in and link them on the master slide. So let's say this is all the tabs I need, this is all the linking I need. The people who are going to use this journal are going to be very confused. So now it's going to apply to all of those slides. You won't be able to click them to double check the link, so you want to make sure that you're in the edit master slide to make sure that your links are linked correctly. But once you export it, the links work just the same as a regular digital planner, as a regular planner and PDF file. Whenever you export this, you can't tell the difference between a master slide and a regular slide. So this is how master slides function. And I just want to show you some examples of planners that I've created using master slides. It's kind of difficult to talk about master slides and how to use master slides unless you're actually doing it yourself, so I definitely recommend to try and follow along. Kind of just play around with master slides. Maybe don't go in with the intentions of creating a planner just yet, but just to play around with master slides. Obviously you can go in and actually edit any one of these slides. So let's say you want to edit this one, you can delete this, pull in your planner file, and use this as a master slide. So these are just slide designs that you can apply to a certain slide and then build on top of. So that's why I like to have a base planner and then build on top of that planner. And if I want to make any changes to the base planner file, so let's say the tabs or any home or side links, I can easily do that just by editing one slide. However, again, you can create multiple slides if you know that you're fine with editing 2 different slides. So I'm going to go in and actually show you examples of planners that I've made with master slides. Master slides, however, are not great if you want to flip your tabs. So let's say that you have a planner that you want it to look like the tabs are flipping. So let's say you click on January and you want it to flip over. So let's say I'm on September and I want September to flip over to the left-hand side. Master slides are not great for that because remember, if you create a base master slide with all 12 of your tabs, if you go to try and add tabs on top of that, it's going to look really messy. It's going to look really messed up. So we can see the master slides actually, in fact, that I used for this particular planner. So this is an example of where I created multiple master slides, and as you can see, I kind of ran into the same issue that you're going to run into with creating the same planner file over and over again. So if I wanted to go in and edit the colors of this planner, for instance, I'd have to go in and edit all of these colors. So I created several master slides. I created one that was just blank. I created some that have the different planner, different page options. And then I created a master slide for each monthly where the tabs flip. And then when it was time to apply the certain master, then I would just add the master. So as you can see here, I just used the blank master and then built on top of that. But as soon as we get to this next slide, you can see here that I have the September weekly master selected. So if I were to go in and edit this master slide, it's obviously not going to apply to all of these master slides. Thus, if I want to make a change on this page, it's not going to apply to every single page in this planner if I wanted it to. So there's just another example of how I used master slides a lot differently in the case of this planner. So that's why if you want to create master slides, make sure that you necessarily don't want your tabs to be flipping. It can be a lot trickier to create master slides if you want to mimic the look of your tabs flipping. So I recommend that if you want to create your standard base file for a planner, it's so much easier to just create your base planner file as a master slide and then build on top of that. So you can build your monthly page, you can build your weekly page, your daily pages, and then whatever else that you know that you're going to be copying the pages of a lot. So you'll copy all your monthlies, copy 12 monthlies, copy 52 weeks, 356 days. And if you need to make a change to the base file itself, then you can just go into this edit master slide option and it will apply to all master slides. So master slides are great for cutting down on time, especially with linking. And it's great because you can easily customize planner files with just a few clicks. So I hope I answered any questions that you have about master slides. Master slides can be pretty difficult to understand whenever you're first learning it, so I totally recommend just opening up the app, playing around with master slides to see if you get the gist of it before going in and creating a full planner. So that is how you use master slides within Keynote. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. It was highly requested, so hopefully I answered all of your questions and more. However, if I didn't, feel free to leave any in the comments down below. I'm happy to answer your questions and clarify anything. I plan on releasing courses soon on how to create digital products. So I'll do a deep dive basically into creating these digital products, getting inspiration, free and paid resources that you can turn to in creating these projects, fonts, textures, graphic design files, all kinds of things, down to doing a full walkthrough of creating different planners, whether that be the portrait style, the landscape style, the two-page style. I'll also be going more into a deep dive of master slides. I'm going to try and use different apps other than Keynote. So if you're interested in the future courses that are coming soon, hopefully in the winter term, feel free to head over to my website to sign up for our course alerts newsletter email. I'll also be sure to link the course alerts email down in the description box below. But until then, I'll see you next week with another video at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.